This is how big the ventilation opening is. One head size.
It looks like something in a horror movie. I'll need to see the video back.
Yeah.
I think I was sitting at the door watching you.
This is great. Oh my! It's actually already glowing red.
That's crazy, man.
You can see it a lot more in the film than. That's crazy. Wow. Still working it as like fast lane?
Right folks, how we all doing? Welcome back to part 2 of my weekend's adventure. So part 1 I was up in the middle of the Trossachs. I'm over at Loch Lomond now, and this is my second ever camp at Loch Lomond. At a different spot though. And I'm off out with 2 others, David and Nick. 2 really good lads. I meet up with them quite a lot, especially David this year. I've done a lot of Monroes with David, and you'll get to see them throughout the video as well. Now I'm miles behind with them when it comes to setting up. I've just finally got the tent up. I've been here an hour. Just too much talking as usual. So I'm going to get everything set up, let you see some of the views, and we'll go through their setups as well, and as well as mine. Right folks, so this video, just move the camera down a little bit. This video is all about this hot tent. So this is the Onetigris Rock Fortress. Now, I've always wanted to try hot tent camping, and then I went through a phase where I kind of just done a lot of Monroes and summit camps, but I'm starting to do low level camps again, so I'm going to give hot tent camping a go finally. So I bought this, just trying to do minimum research really. But I've seen a lot of people use Onetigris over the years, so I've used it in the garden once. If you follow me on Instagram, you'd have seen that in one of my stories. This is going to be my first YouTube video with it. So I've got a couple of guys with me tonight, so it says it can fit up to 6 people inside. So I'm going to test it out with 3 people tonight and see how much space the 3 of us have got around the stove. And yeah, just take it from there. Got plenty of space here to pitch it up on, so yeah, what I'll do is I'll get it up and I'll give you my first impressions on it based on my experience with it in the garden. Actually, before I set up the tent, I should say, it comes with some poles. You have to get the inner separately. If you get the inner, you get, I think it's like 10 pegs with it or something. So yeah. And you've also got pegs that come with it, so I've actually got 2 sets of pegs in here. I'll just show you. I think they're separate still. Yeah, so like I've got another bag there, and then, I mean, look how many pegs that you get with it. Plenty of pegs, so you're no short of pegs. And what I will say actually, they're good quality pegs, you know, they're hard to bend. Similar to what you would get with the Hilleberg Black Label pegs, you know, so yeah, I thought I'd mention that. Anyway, I'm going to get the tent up now. Right, hello everyone. So my cameraman is Nick, so if the video's rubbish then we can blame him. Just like we got to blame David last year. Thanks for reminding us, David, when he messed up Monty's video. So, it's a nice big tent with 1 pole. It's actually quite simple to set up. You just peg out the door ends, go in with the pole, and then you just put it up, because I would never be able to reach that because of my height. Come on in, Nick. Let's see.
It's a very lovely pointy tent.
I don't know what's going on with this guy line, but we'll sort that out once the video's done. Wait, hat nearly fell off. As you can see, it's very tall. Even Big Monty was fitting here. That's where the stove goes. So the stove will go down just next to this pole. Might have to strain that out a wee bit. I suppose I could just move it just a wee bit. And yeah, stove's here in front of the pole. This is really tight, isn't it, Nick? And we'll just sit around the pole pretty much. I don't know how good this video is, but
to be fair, we can simulate seating height, right? So if I go down to seating height,
it's alright, I'll take it off you.
Oh, right.
Should be able
so
to
I'll
hear.
just pretend that there's a seat here.
Yeah.
See, this is absolutely so comfortable. Or we can pretend to be Russian and just start, you know, doing the Russian squats. You know, I don't know if that's if there's any Russians watching. I'm sorry if this is not quite representing the Russian squat.
See the way I had this in the garden. I actually had like one of those Trekology seats, and I was going round the circle trying to figure out how many people I could get in here.
Oh, I think you could get 5, 6.
Probably 5 at a push. Obviously, it's quite tight because we're standing, but but if you're sitting down in here, it's.
Do you want to go around there and see?
I'll just see your face.
This is.
Wait now, Nick. The mic won't pick you up.
This is how big the ventilation opening is. One head size.
It looks like something in a horror movie. I'll need to see the video back. Yeah. So that's Nick demonstrating where the stove goes.
That's it.
But what do you think of the tent, guys? You like it? Let me know. Like I said, you could probably get about 4 or 5 in there easily. When you all sit down, I wouldn't be recommending standing up as you just seen.
No.
So let's talk about the stove. First of all, that's the pack size. Pretty reasonable, I think anyway. And it folds down really well. That's the that goes up there, and that stops the pipe touching the tent, so it doesn't melt the tent. That's what that's for. So you need to use that. I've got the gloves. They came with the. That came with the stove. I was just trying to remember what that came with. So as I said, it's a bit dirty. I've used this already on a garden camp, so it's the sort of thing I would recommend if you're getting a hot tent and you're obviously going out for the first time with it. I mean, I don't have a clue what I'm doing. Even now that I've done a hot tent camp, I'm still not the best when it comes to this stuff. It's my second go, but yeah, I would definitely recommend if you've got a garden big enough for a hot tent. Just get out in the garden when it's a nice night, and just try it out. Because I made a few mistakes. So move that out of the way. So yeah, that is the stove all folded up. So it does go down to quite a small pack size. I'll get it out now. So hopefully you can see this alright, guys. You'll not see me as much, but as long as you can see that, it's hard to tell with the wee screen. But that's me just kind of folded it in now. There's these wee legs at the bottom that just come out. There we go. And then this goes on top. This is like the wee roof. So, like that. Always make sure the wee hole thing is at the opposite side to the door. Okay. That's me giving you some hot tent advice. I guess some of my little experience when it comes to this. So it's pretty simple to set up really, even someone like me that's only done it once. I mean, it became quite obvious what I had to do. So yeah, that's it, that's pretty much when you're ready to put the, there it is here, screw this pipe down. Just trying to find the entrance to the cardboard box. Like this, so this goes on top, and there's these wee screws that it just screws down on top. That just keeps it secure at the top here. So yeah, I think I've actually lost a screw, so that's not good. I need to find that. Right, panic over, I found the third screw. It was actually inside this, so don't need to worry about it. Should actually also say you want that thing hanging over the edge. This is a really shit video, isn't it? You want that hanging out the edge, that way when you turn it, it's not going to be like on there, if you know what I mean. So I should say that as well, make sure that's hanging over the edge. So yeah, it's just a learning process, once you keep doing this, you'll get better at it, you'll get quicker at it as well. It's like when you pitch up a tent, you keep putting the same tent up over and over, you don't need to think about it. I'm still thinking about everything I need to do, and definitely these wee screws give me the fear. I might get a few spare. I've I can, because I can guarantee you, you know, yeah, you'll lose these at some point. But yeah, you just screw this down, get it down nice and tight. It's quite important you do that. And you don't want any smoke getting out at any points. So yeah, it's kind of obvious what I'm doing, so I'll move on. So that bit that Nick put his head through not long ago, I've now put the heat-proof protector so the pipe will go through that. So yeah, I'll just go up through that into the sky. So you want your stove roughly below that hole. Pretty obvious, isn't it? Yeah, I'll just get on with that now. So that's everything good to go in here now. Stove's up. Got the pipe going up. I'll show you that outside in a minute. And look at all the space I've got here. Just to sit. So I've got one door here shut. I'm planning on keeping that shut. It is double zip, so if it gets a bit hot you can always unzip it there. There's a couple of vents in this tent as well. But if you go out here, that's the height of the pipe, so it's well above the height of the tent, so you know, that's what I wanted, to be honest. So the general spacing here is pretty good. I really like it. And that's it. That's the tent all set up, stove, everything, good to go for tonight. What can I say? You know, this just creates so many good opportunities to just do something different. You know, I'm used to going up the hills, and I've not really done any Monroes or Corbetts, just any type of hill really, since pretty much July. It's coming to the middle of October now, and I've lost a lot of hill walking fitness, so I'm going to try and sort that out. But for those weekends where I'm working on the Saturday, I don't have enough time to, you know, drive somewhere then go up a hill, but I've got enough time to maybe drive and do a car camp. This is the sort of something, you know, that this is what I'm looking at doing going forward, you know, especially when it gets colder. It's maybe not the best night. It's only go down to about 10 degrees and I'm hot tent camping, but you know, you can open these doors up if it gets too hot, and that's the thinking anyway. You can tie the doors back, still get a nice view of the loch outside, and yeah, get some friends in here, have a wee solo camp, plenty of space to do that. This tent also comes with an inner tent, which I'll show you in a future video. I've decided not to camp in this tent, which is why you seen the Elixir one earlier on at the start of the video. The reason for that is, I think if you had free folk in here, it'd be quite a tight squeeze with the inner tent, and by the time everyone goes away it's going to be like 11 at night, and the last thing I want to be doing is having to set up the inner tent and get my sleeping set up sorted. So at least when I want, I can just go to my other tent, which is just in front of this tent anyway, and yeah, I don't need to mess about with my sleeping setup. It's all ready for me tonight. I'm planning a camp with Monty soon, hopefully, so maybe, just maybe, might be able to squeeze the inner tent in here and have Monty in the tent with me as well. But as a one person with the inner tent up, I tried it out in the garden for the first time with the inner tent up, and there's plenty of space for just me. I just think it'd be a bit of a tight squeeze if you had more than one person in here with the inner tent up, if you know what I mean. So that's why I've not got it with me for this camp. Anyway, I'm going to go and join the lads for an hour and try and relax, because it's just we've been here a few hours and it just went like at the click of a finger. So I'm going to go down there and enjoy a wee bit of camp with them, and I'll bring you back in a little bit. Probably show you their setups next.
Isn't it? My feet aren't even wet.
Your feet aren't wet?
No, but I literally put my foot right in to retrieve this.
Or was he trying to escape?
Sponsored by, no, it's clearly not sponsored by Cobra, but it's a nice beer. If you're at an Indian restaurant, which
I don't drink beer.
Normally when you'd be drinking it, well,
I just don't drink beer. I know nothing about it.
you can have a Cobra.
Never even heard of Cobra until 5 seconds ago. Just don't drink it.
Well,
Where's David away? Is he away for a wee dive? Mate.
That was my little beer bit. The waves have totally smashed it up.
Did you rescue them all? Did you rescue them all?
I rescued
Good.
them all, yeah.
I'm struggling to
I saw
talk
them
today.
floating away. I saw them floating away and I was like, oh no!
No.
It was like, have you ever seen Castaway? Where Tom Hanks is like,
let me guess, is that-
Nelson! That was like me. But I was like, Cobra.
Castaway, is that a movie then now?
Yeah, I can't believe you haven't seen
I'm screwed then. Don't watch films. I can't sit for 2 hours and look at the telly.
this ignorant man. He doesn't even know.
Terrible, eh?
Doesn't even know Castaway, one of the greatest, saddest movies of all time.
What's a lovely view though, Nick. You have to say, this is better than watching Castaway, isn't it? I love whatever that's called. So this man here is going to show you his lovely camping gear.
Yes, let's see. How do we get back to the campsite?
Yeah, you can be the navigator this time.
That's an interesting. Oh yes, this tree fell down, didn't it? So.
Yeah, right next to my tent. I just realised that. That'd been a scary night. If that happened the night I was here, eh? Oh, now I'm tripping over.
So we've got my nice Raccoon 2.1, which I've been airing out. So a nice feature of the Raccoon 2.1 is the fact that you can, you know, open up the door. Yeah, it's a good feature, isn't it?
Yes, it's very nice.
It's got such a nice colour scheme as well. I actually love this kind of olive green and the orange, you know. Anyway, we open up the tent here, and it opens all the way up like that.
Yeah, I quite like that. It's plenty of space to get in.
And you know, it's quite spacious for a two-man tent. You can fit 2 people in here, you know.
It'd be cosy. It'd be warm.
Oh, this tent's great. This tent's great. I've had this down to like 0, -2, whatever, you know. It traps the heat really well. Traps the heat. I mean, it's not a light tent. It's 2.7 without the pegs, I think, but it's a good tent. And you've got these ventilation openings. This hook here, I've got this kind of like.
Yeah.
Oh no, that's the pump function. This acts as a light as well. I can't actually remember how you do that. Do I hold it in?
Yeah, you can see it just in the camera. Hopefully it'll
That's
pick it
quite
up.
cool.
It doesn't take long to turn off. Is it just hold it in for maybe? Maybe dead by the time it's dark.
Anyway, I don't know. We'll figure that out. It's got like various pockets.
Yeah, I did notice there was one at
like,
the corner.
There's one there. You know.
There's one over there, guys.
A good tent. Yeah. It's a symmetrical dome tent, you know. In terms of sleeping bags, I've got this like Keyser sleeping bag. It's down feather,
Right.
which is great. I can't remember what it's rated down to, like -8 or something like that, -5. -5 might be the comfort. I maybe wouldn't take it down that low, but it's cozy. It's cozy, you know. And then got this Aerogogo inflatable mat, which got a built-in pump, which is great. It's very comfy.
Is it quite quick to inflate?
Yeah, like 2 minutes, 1 minute, something like that.
Just leave it to it.
Yeah,
Quite comfy, mat.
lovely. Yeah, I really like it.
Is it warm?
I would recommend it. It is, yeah, I mean,
Debatable.
I guess I don't really take it down to like, you know, that cold, but I've found it to be warm when combined with an insulating mat.
It's actually quite thick, that mat at the bottom.
Yeah,
you
that's
see a lot of
just
thinner
a
ones.
go outdoors one.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if this one's necessarily good or not. It's just a cheap one from Go Outdoors, but it does the trick. And then I've got an actual full-size pillow.
I wasn't sure if you bring that because there was a wee walk involved, as you seen.
Yeah, but I actually find that like, if you want a good sleep, bring an actual pillow.
I was going to do that,
That's
but I just broke my Thermarest one.
I'm done with the days of rolling up a hoodie and, you know, nah.
Unless you're going up Ben Glass again to watch
Nah,
Monty's
even then,
cooking.
I might even still bring that up then, glass. It makes a difference.
Good luck in the fog trying to keep it dry.
Oh well, fair enough. Yeah.
And this is a double entrance as well, so as you can clearly see, you can see through to his seat at the back.
Yeah.
So, you know, you're not climbing over your pal to get in.
Yeah.
Which I quite like as well.
It's quite handy, particularly if you're setting it up with somebody else. You can set it up, you know.
And the vestibule space is pretty good as well.
Yeah. I mean, shall I show people that?
What I'll do is I'll put a clip over it. I'll edit that in now. If you're watching now, guys, you'll see Nick's vestibule if I remember to film it. I probably won't. I'll probably forget.
Shall I? Wait, I'll just undo this now. I can show. Alright, so here we go. There's the vestibule. So I pegged this out, and you know, previously this was tied up and you know done like that. But you know, this is a fairly big bag. You know, you can put stuff like that on the outside if you want.
Yeah, you can squeeze it in there.
You know, if push comes to shove, I mean, if you're there by yourself, there's plenty of space in the tent, you know, to fit it. But if you're with 2 people,
I always put my backpack inside the tent because of the bugs. I don't want that. Yeah, I don't want to bring spiders home and stuff.
That is maybe the one downside of this tent, is it's not an internal vestibule. But I suppose most tents you don't really zip up the vestibule. Like bugs can still get in. So
that's it. But the inner tent, you just get everything there. I just put everything there, and apart from maybe like my food, which maybe is stupid because animals might come and take it during the night.
Well, I did have a mouse once, actually, like
Face with this on.
in the original Raccoon 2.0, and it just like I just woke up and there was a hole in the tent, and the mouse had came in and like eaten my noodles,
Mate,
dry noodles, not even like wet noodles, you know.
I'd be gutted if that happened to my
Yeah, it
Hilleberg.
was like coca noodles, and it just nibbled through the packet. And then I had a hole in my tent, and that prompted me to get this one.
Alright.
It's got the aluminium poles, which are holding up really well.
The old one was a fiberglass,
The
wasn't
old
it?
one was fiberglass, and
Yeah.
a couple of the poles broke. That's probably why they replaced it with this one.
Was it wind damage or was it just...
Wind damage.
I think most of it would be wind.
Wind, yeah. When you go camping with Monty, it gets windy sometimes, doesn't it?
Oh yes, I know. yes.
There we go, the Cloud Peak 2 here. How long have we had this guy? It's about a year now.
Yeah, you got it quite recently.
I was just saying to Nick there, I just don't think you could beat that tent for the money. I paid about 120 or 30 in the sale for it on Amazon, and I mean, it's a semi-geodesic design.
Yeah.
And in the wind, it's been absolutely
And
brilliant.
it saved your sky trip.
Exactly, that's what I was going to say,
Yeah.
being home, but no, it's for the price. It's a brilliant tent for the price, and it beats all the Vangos I've ever had, and I like Vango, so can't complain. We'll see how this performs tonight. I'm not too sure on the actual name, mate, but I'm pretty sure it's called the Army Arctic Sleeping Bag. It's an Army surplus, grade 1 sleeping bag. I paid 50 on eBay for it, and apparently it's good down to -15, but I wouldn't go any lower than -10 just in case, to be on the safe side, but I probably wouldn't camp in that temperatures with this anyway. It's too heavy. What would you reckon that is? It, I guess 2 or 3 kilogram, 2.5 kilogram maybe.
It felt like 2.5, 3.
But as I said the other on, it's the comfiest sleeping bag I've ever had, purely because of the weight. It feels like a heavy down quilt, and it's not down, it's just your normal insulation, but no, it's a cracking bag.
That sleeping mat's the epic fail one, isn't it?
Aye, big Agnes Aircore Ultra. I mean, it's still comfortable in these kind of conditions, but anything below 3 or 4 degrees and it's freezing, and it's got an R rating of, I feel like it's a 4.2 or 4.8.
I'm pretty sure you say 4.2 to me
what
in the
would that
past.
be? Degrees wise, what would
With
that
minus
be?
10,
So it's
15.
definitely not going to take you down there now. The insulation's come away from it on the inside. When you hold it up in a bit of light of the sun, you can pretty much see through the mat. You can see where the insulation no longer stuck to the mat inside it.
But it's still comfy. I mean, I wouldn't chuck it out for that. I mean, certainly in the
it's a comfortable
summer.
mat. It's just not a winter mat anymore. It's a kind of summer mat more than anything else. I don't even know the name of that. It's an X-Bed one as well. Is that the same as yours, no?
I've got the Nemo version of that.
Aye.
Remember we got the Nemo sleeping mats last year. I got the
X-Bed
the
Flex mat.
switchback.
It's been spot on. That's where it is. The X-Bed Flex mat. It's been spot on as well. Can't complain.
Mine's just called the Nemo switchback.
Aye. I stick it under that mat. That's the only reason I use it. But I mean, it's handy. It'll keep the mats in good condition, especially if you've got a few thorns under the tent.
Now, this is just a similar sleeping setup to last week's video, guys, because it's the same weekend. Last night was Friday night. I camped myself, and this is Saturday in the middle of Loch Lomond with the lads. But yeah, C to Summit Hyperlite XR, Thermarest Hyperion. The only thing that I changed, I had to go home actually because see Trekology, I'll talk about that when I get out of the tent. But my pillow deflated during the night, and I've still got that green one under there. So that's the only thing that I've changed from last night. I had to go home to get it. I'll talk about that out the tent. There's my backpack. I think I said to Nick, you would have caught it in the camera, I keep my backpack in the inner. And then there's my vestibule, just full of junk food. So on the subject of the Trekology pillow, I have to be honest with you guys, try and get the sun out the background. I'm going to stop buying Trekology sleeping mats and pillows because they just keep deflating after 5 or 6 uses, which is just no good to me. I hate it when you get camping gear and it just doesn't live up to what you think it would do for you. You know, sleeping mat and sleeping pillow should last a lot longer than 5 or 6 uses. It doesn't matter how much you spend. You know, you should at least get a year out of budget gear. But you know, even some of the Trekology stuff is actually quite expensive. So I won't be buying any more Trekology pillows or sleeping mats. Have you guys ever owned Trekology sleeping mats or pillows?
No.
Have you had any issues? Like if you have, no, you've never owned it?
Did Monty have problems or something? No, he had a mat, kept deflating, eh?
Yeah, and that's the issue I'm talking about on YouTube, eh? So
I don't know if it was a Trekology, I'm not too sure.
I don't recommend Trekology sleeping mats or pillows to any of you guys. Look at the space in here though. We're
It's
used to,
it's pretty great, yeah.
and then I'm at the back.
Pretty cozy, aren't we, David?
Just need to make sure I don't tip his curry over. That would be a disaster. And then I'm just gonna, don't mind me. There we go, I'm in. So Nick, let me know if that's Nick approved, because Monty does that whole Monty approved thing.
Oh, this is definitely Nick approved. I mean, you know.
It's already instantly warmer, isn't it?
Yeah, it's warm. I mean, you know, it's.
That's with a fire log, by the way.
Ask me when it gets all really hot, you know.
Wait until you put wood in that, then you'll know. Then you'll see what a hot tent can do, mate. I was shocked.
What do you think? A fire log's not good? How long would that burn, do you think?
Oh, fire logs, you're supposed to give it 90 minutes with a fire log.
Yeah?
Oh.
Do you think that's like a small amount of heat?
Just wait until the whole thing goes hot.
It's
I mean, it's already
it's a good start. You can feel the heat off it already.
Instantly, it's like 2 or 3 minutes. I think I was sitting at the door watching you.
This is great. Oh my god, it's actually already glowing red.
That's crazy, man.
You can see it a lot more in the film than. That's crazy. Wow.
It's a hot tent Nick approved.
Nick approved this and roasting. I'm loving this. I'm gonna buy one.
Yeah, it's nice.
Definitely buy one.
Just like 30 miles more sitting here with a hot tent and getting done.
Davis smashing bottles again.
I can't handle too much heat. I'm fine, I don't feel the cold much, but I hate too hot.
Yeah.
I'm just too fat for it to be too hot. I'm too fat. I don't really get cold, but I do get too hot.
Certainly different.
What was the wind chill again up in Carm when we were up there? Was it -12 wind chill? It was only like -1 on the tents. Up to summits at -12 wind chill.
It was quite
He
cold.
was rattling. I didn't really feel it because I had a down jacket and I'm fat anyway, but he was rattling. He can't handle the cold. See, when it's windy and cold, because he's sit in, he fucking feels the cold.
I know.
Right, now I need to put this in here.
That's too much, guys. Are you gonna eat? See if you eat all that, man. I'll give you like a tenner.
That's not a song. You didn't hear a song. There was no song there.
Yeah,
that was the guy's imagination.
No.
It was the camera. It was the wood music. Trees produced it.
I heard music.
No, I paused it in.
That was if you play it, I want to see if it's the song. I think.
So David has finally seen the Aurora. Big smile on his face.
Time. With night mode on my phone anyway.
My phone was absolutely not having any of it, and Nick was just kind of chilling in the back. He wasn't really caring.
I was just a passenger.
Just
a passenger in this experience.
You were just at the back seat, mate. You couldn't get to the front.
Hopefully we get back an hour or two and the Northern Lights are lighting up Loch Lomond. That'd be quite nice.
Aye, we can see it with our own eyes.
Fingers crossed.
But for now,
Hopefully.
we're going in here. So that's day 2 away to bed, way back to their own tents. And I'm still hanging in there. I've got 10 bits of wood there to try and burn. Although you won't see, but there's a nice view of Loch Lomond just in the distance. It's just been like a big tap with this door open the whole night. I think if you were to sit in here with the door shut, it would be quite unpleasant having free folk in here with this burning away. So it was nice to experience something different. I think I said earlier, I've had the hot tent out in the garden, but you know, to finally get it out on a wee camp out with the house, it was nice, and to have a couple of others join me for the camp. That's something I've not managed to do much this year, is wee group camps like this where there's 3 or 4 of us together. The last time I done a group camp would have been March, and it's now October, so 7 months ago. So that was nice as well. Just nice to do something different, and I think I already said as well. There's some weekends I just don't have the time to go up, Munros and walk away from the car. So just having the hot tent, it gives me another option. I wouldn't use this in the wind and rain really, probably the rain, but it'd just be a pain trying to dry this when I get home. It's quite a big tent. But in the wind, I don't know how stable this thing would be. It's really big. The only guy line's right enough, but it's just this one big centre pole. It just gives me the fear that you've got this really warm, hot stove, which could really cause some damage if you're not careful. But you know, hot tents are really for those really cold winter nights. Probably don't need a hot tent for tonight, but we were always going to have some kind of fire and probably have a tarp just to try and trap the heat. So I just thought, if you open up the front of the tent, you'll still get a nice view of the loch, and you can just use it as a big tarp, I guess. There's a door behind me. I've been unzipping the, you know, there's a zip there. So if it gets too hot, I just unzip it and just open it up. If it gets too cold, it's a bit drafty, you can just shut it. So, you know, 2 doors, it's quite flexible, you could say. You know, you can do a lot with this tent, and if I really wanted to, I could have the inner up as well, but I've obviously got the MSR Elixir one over there. But yeah, I'll definitely show you the inner in a future video. The inner's actually in the car. I had the option of using it, but just stuck with the original plan, because I would have had to have put the inner up when they were away, and I couldn't be arsed to sleep and stuff. At least when I'm done with this, I can just go straight to the tent, and the sleeping bag and sleeping mat are ready for me. So anyway, that's me just giving you my first impressions on hot tent camping. It's really nice, it's something different, and I've already explained why I've started doing it. I'll see you all in the morning. Hopefully it'll be a nice morning, hopefully it'll stay dry during the night. I think it's to be clear. Just don't want to be dealing with wet tents when I get home. I'll see you tomorrow. Well, good morning everyone. Just like normal, there's no hanging about with me in the morning. I've already started packing before I start filming. That just seems to be a regular thing for me now. I have to say, it was a nice night. Probably got about 4 hours in the tent. Spent a lot of it in the hot tent last night. I was up about maybe 2 hours ago, it's about 8 now. I got up about 6. And I went to bed about 2, so yeah, about 4 hours. Nice calm night though. There's cloud inversion conditions if you're on the Monroes though, which it's always a nice experience, but it was nice doing the hot tent camp. It was something different. So just going to get the tent packed away, as in this tent, and then I've got the hot tent to deal with. So you can see why I'm not hanging about this morning. So I'll catch you once I get all this stuff down. I think this is the biggest negative about doing hot tent camping. Yeah, packing away. Not enjoying it so far. It's just a complete mess in here, to be honest. And that's before I even have to take the tent down, which has actually got condensation on it, so I'm trying to let that dry out. It's my own fault. I was actually going to leave the doors open just to try and let some airflow through the tent, but I closed it all the way down. That's because there were a lot of people about. I didn't want them seeing there was an unoccupied tent. Maybe take their chances, so I just zipped it down, and then people wouldn't know if you were in the tent or not. But kind of paid the price for it. But I'd rather condensation than something stolen out of the tent during the night. So that's everything I've pretty much done inside here now. Just for those of you who want to see the interior space with nothing in it. Stove would obviously sit about there in front of the door. And then obviously there's less space to sit here because the stove takes up this space. But you could easily get maybe 3 people here and maybe another 1 or 2 here. I wouldn't go any more than 5 in here. But you could also just add tarps. You know, I probably wouldn't put a tarp at this side because of that. You could put a tarp over here. Just, you know, extend it out a wee bit if you needed more space. We're actually thinking of doing a hot tent camp with 2 hot tents next. Put the 2 of them side by side. Don't know if that's a good idea or not, but it's been mentioned last night. So yeah, there's not much more to say. It's quite late in the morning for me anyway. I'm usually back in the car by now. In fact, this time yesterday after the first camp I was already home. I went home to get that pillow. I can't remember if I mentioned that or not. But usually I'm back at the car by now, but because I've got the hot tent to deal with, it's just taking time. I suspect once you get used to packing everything away inside here, you do it quicker. but there is a bit of condensation on the tent, so I'm trying to take my time with that as well, just to try and air it out. David's away, he left about maybe an hour ago. Nick's actually still in his tent, so I'm not sure how things are going to go, but I'll probably just hang about and wait for Nick. He can't be that far away from getting up now. But yeah, I'm going to get this tent down and think about taking things back to the car, I guess. Yeah, it's going to be maybe 2 trips. It's only about a 10-minute walk. Feels like it's longer though, because you've got to go over a hill and then drop back down to the other side of it, so it does drag on a little bit and it's pathless towards the end. But yeah, I'll see you in a little bit, folks. So me and Nick are going to wrap the video up together. You don't know what I say at the end of videos, it's just trying to memorise it all. Hope you enjoy it. Click the like button to support the video, click the subscribe button to support the channel and future videos, and get involved in the comment section down below. That means you as well, Nick. You better be subscribed to my channel.
I'm subscribed. You can check. You can check.
Everyone can check. Good lad, because when I'm live streaming, you'll be a moderator. So people are bad boys, you can kick them out. Anyway, till the next trip.
Anything bad said about you getting banned?
No, there you go. You've had your warning from Nick. Right, I'll see you in the next trip, folks.